So announced back in 2020, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was announced to be released in 2022 as a sequel to the critically acclaimed Batman Arkham series. But due to multiple delays, the game had to be pushed back year after year until it was finally released on February 2nd, 2024. And it has been released to a mixed amount of reviews and has received general backlash from the Arkham community for being a terrible game story-wise and treating the Justice League disrespectful, including Batman. The game follows Harley Quinn, King Shark, Captain Boomerang, and Deadshot in their attempt to, as the game puts it, kill the Justice League. And today in this review, we will be going over this game and see if the Suicide Squad can withstand the heat that is the public opinion. So we are just going to dive straight into the story. The story is terrible, a mishmash mesh that doesn't work well, especially with how the Justice League is handled, and I won't dive into it as people have explained it a lot better than me. But yes, I agree with the general sentiment that the League was handled poorly, especially Batman and his send-off. I believe since this was a continuation of the Arkham universe, Rocksteady and whatever team was behind the writing, as that's a whole controversy in of itself, I think they should have treated Batman with a lot more care than they had, even if he comes back in the free DLC down the line. I think they should have handled his character with a lot more care than they have in the main campaign, which I honestly think that what they should have done was left Flash uncorrupted and didn't kill off Wonder Woman and have them assist the Suicide Squad in taking out the rest of the Justice League. Like, for instance, in the Green Lantern boss fight, alongside the Yellow Lantern technology the squad has, Flash is working alongside them to help him take out Green Lantern. And same thing in the Superman boss fight, that Flash and Wonder Woman are there with the squad helping them take out Superman. But aside from the main story involving the League and everything, the squad themselves, the banter they have between themselves is fun, always gets a laugh out of me, even if it's very lowbrow, bottom of the barrel humor, such as a lot of the scenes, which ironically involve Captain Boomerang probably getting hit around a lot.
I put the bloody bomb in her head ages ago.
What?
I thought you'd thank me. I didn't trust her. She's a ranger.
Red, I'll make this up to you. We've been through worse together. Like knowing my ex.
The gameplay, on the other hand, is the saving grace for me when it comes to this game. The movement feels amazing. For instance, the character I enjoy the movement with the most is Deadshot, being able to maneuver past enemy shields, and as the great Obi-Wan Kenobi would say,
I have the high ground.
Boomerang is second better than Deadshot thanks to Boomerang's Speed Force Gauntlet, allowing him to be virtually almost anywhere. Harley Quinn comes in next, as she was alright. I couldn't really find the groove with her like I could with Deadshot and Captain Boomerang. King Shark, to be honest, I still haven't played much of. He's just not my type of character to play as at the end of the day. The endgame right now is meh. All you can do is raise your Infinite Crisis level by doing endgame missions, which still have the same themes, like taking out crystals to destroy incubators, protect Poison Ivy's plants, and kill enemies to gain charges. And the big thing is the Horde mode, or as what the game calls it, killing time. You gain time for killing enemies, and the mastery level or the difficulty of these missions raise every now and then. When Season 1 comes out and the stuff with the Joker and the revamped Superman and Green Lantern boss fights and the other enemy variants will keep the game fresh and entertaining, and not just be how the Brainiac final boss fight was, where it was just a reskinned Flash boss fight, but it was just Brainiac. Give Superman and Green Lantern some brand new moves instead of it just being a new boss with the same moves, but just a larger health pool to compensate for it being endgame. Now, to take down the Justice League, not only do you need these lovable characters, but also guns, because Flash may be faster than the speed of light, but a bullet from Deadshot is sure to keep that speedy mother. To get your weapons, you go visit the Penguin, but in order to craft these weapons, you need recipes, which are obtained by doing the support squad missions that are given to you throughout the story. Penguin has support squad missions that will allow you to craft certain weapons, and he can also overhaul your weapons to reroll the stats and perks to make them better. And then there is Toyman, where he can augment certain perks, allowing you to change them around. As such, you can change a perk that gives you extra assault rifle ammo to where you can gain more XP per weapon kill. And you can also elite your gear, allowing you to customize it even further. Then there is Gizmo, where he makes vehicles that you can use during combat during specific missions where the vehicles come down and you with a teammate can hop in and shoot enemies. And while you're shooting down, there's a bar that runs out, and when it gets low enough, the vehicle explodes. So I'll let you guess what you can do with those. Rick Flag is also here, and he is the way you unlock the different recipes for the different guns that Penguin can make. There's also Hack, where she's able to offer you contracts, and they're basically like bonus objectives. Like, for instance, kill 50 enemies with headshots, kill 10 enemies while sliding, stuff like that. So it's a way for you to earn extra resources and stuff like that. Finally, there is Ivy. It's just Poison Ivy brought back as a kid who has no recollection of her previous life, but still has her sadistic personality intact. She can grant you afflictions or status effects to your weapons. I will have them on screen right now, as I will be not reading off what they all do. There is Fire, Ice, Venom. No, not that Venom, like Bane's Venom, and then Electricity. They can all cause different status ailments to enemies and allow different things to happen. Like, for instance, Fire causes the enemies to burn over time, but you cannot do a shield harvest on them while they're burning. Then finally, for the open world for Metropolis is great. It feels amazing to traverse with all the different characters around the city. They really nail the environment and the feeling of it being an alien invasion, and there are very few people around, and everywhere you go, it's just aliens everywhere. It's very reminiscent of Act 3 in Marvel Spider-Man 2, where the symbiotes are everywhere, constantly attacking you from every point you go to. So all in all, I do believe Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. When it comes to the League members' portrayals outside of Wonder Woman, I think they all were not that good, especially Batman, with this Arkham universe being built so heavily upon his character and his development. They should have handled him with a lot more finesse, I'll say, than they did in the main campaign, and especially how he was killed off. I think Wonder Woman was the only good portrayal, but even then, we barely got to be with her that much, whether it was in cutscenes, never in gameplay, really. And then the squad members, I did enjoy the banter they had between each other and seeing how they talked to their, like, the respective, like, League members they had a relationship with, like, Deadshot and Green Lantern. I enjoyed their little like back and forth and how personal it was. Boomerang and Flash, and Harley and Batman. I do like the scene. Again, I think we all just wish Batman had a better way to go out instead of just executed on a park bench. Objectively, I can agree the story is terrible, but I enjoyed it, and I think the gameplay is great if you're a fan of looter shooters and say you don't really care about the story all that much, like I did going into it, because I watched all the cutscenes, like when the like digital deluxe edition, like the early access went up, I watched all the cutscenes. So I was just like, stories, it doesn't really matter to me. I think it's all right. It has its problems. When I say all right, I don't mean like, oh yeah, no, the story's great. Like, no, I do believe it has problems, but me personally, I'm all right with it. It doesn't matter to me, because I look at this campaign as like it's part of a puzzle piece essentially, and we're getting the other pieces later down the line. So I don't really judge the main campaign as a whole. Sort of waiting for the other puzzle pieces coming in, like the DLC and the seasons coming in, before I fully judge the story. But for right now, main campaign, as I said, I do believe it was bad. Salvage the main campaign? I don't know. Fingers crossed, I hope it does, because I think it has real potential, but I don't think it can recover in the ways that I think it could, or that everyone would like it to. So overall, I think this game is not worth your $70 right now. I think you wait till it's on discount. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Go down, like, and subscribe, or even dislike it. I don't care. And follow me on all my socials, and I'll see you all next time. Happy gaming.
Because